Today I thought I'd share with you how I spend a day of design in Vienna. A day of design is typically a day where I need to sort of clear my head and not work on anything creatively, but I do want to look at creativity. A day of design is quite similar maybe to Julia Cameron's An Artist's Date, a day where you can just look at beautiful things and try to clear your head and recalibrate in order to do your own work. It's late February and so far the weather has been pretty gloomy. So much so that I felt myself getting sadder despite doubling the doses of vitamin D. Today, however, it is surprisingly sunny and we start our day at the best spot to bask in the sunlight, the gardens of the Schönbrunn Palace. This is also one of my favorite places to recalibrate and reset. Somehow the perspective of the city helps me get a perspective on my own life. Sometimes fear and anxiety has a way of narrowing my perspective to a dark corner, and a bit of sunlight, contact with nature, and the perspective of the city has a way to change that for me. Now, I have lived in Vienna for over 17 years, and I have seen this spot hundreds of times. But have I gotten tired of this view? No, I have not. One of the cool things about this park is the idea of art in the public space. That art is available anytime, anywhere, and to everyone. That you do not have to pay entry to a museum or an exclusive venue to experience art. Now, there isn't anything wrong with museums. I do enjoy visiting them a lot. But designating buildings exclusively to the experience of art while the rest of the city remains bare is a sad experience. So I like it when art is part of the city fabric. We are heading to the subway, which, as it happens, is also a piece of art. Specifically, this subway line is the oldest in Vienna and was designed by the architect Otto Wagner. Look at the detail of this corner. I wonder why he would do that. Is it to make the wall contours more visible at night and protect them from people slamming into them? Or is this a purely decorative detail? This is the oldest subway line and it is outdoors. Why be cooked up in the underground when you can have sunlight and fresh air while waiting for the train? This combined with the space's beauty makes it a wonderful experience. We arrive in the 6th district. One of the things I enjoy doing when walking from place to place is looking at the doors. Doors are such special architectural elements because they form your first impression of a house and serve as the precise threshold between inside and outside. They are often beautifully ornate and they contribute greatly to the artistic experience of the public space. I remember my first time coming to Vienna thinking what a cool experience it must be to see these doors on your commute back and forth to work. I'm still enjoying seeing them, and I miss this little array of beautiful doors in other cities because they are, in a way, artistic objects. The corner of the subway, these doors, make walking in the city a pleasant artistic experience and have the power to lift our mood and make us feel better. One of the coolest streets in Vienna for design by far is Neubaugasse. This area used to be a district for makers, and it has remained that way in many ways. The shops are incredibly quaint and cute and very well designed. In November, I visited this bonbon shop to buy gifts for my family. Look how cute it looked inside. You have a sugar high before you even try the products. The first stop for design is Habari. I like this store because it sources products and textiles from Asia, although I believe a large part comes from Japan. They have a lot of textiles like scarves, tableware, and little decor pieces. They also have a beautiful collection of furoshiki, I think it's called, which are textiles used to wrap gifts which can be reused. I like the idea of receiving a gift whose wrapping you can use to make a gift to somebody else. It's the gift who keeps on giving in a way, and it seems to have a very sustainable principle behind it. Next is Neubaugasse 45. I couldn't pass this door and not have a closer look at it. Now, I didn't think that you could improve the look of the Viennese old doors, but this one looks quite nice and very well fit for an artistic neighborhood like the Neubau. Scenes of Vienna over a Viennese door. How cute is that? Next is Miro, a ceramic store. They have everything ceramic and a very simple concept behind it. They don't have a large array of different items, but they do have a lot of beautiful pastel colors for the few different items that they have. By using the artistic technique of grouping, they create these beautiful corners around the store. Grouping is such a simple yet beautiful idea inspired by nature. When you use it, you simplify a space but also make it intriguing at the same time. Look how beautiful this wall of cups is. The repetition provides predictability, while the different colors provide the surprise necessary to make something interesting. And you see this over and over again in the store. The beautiful organic patterns and colors make the store very joyful and inviting. I loved how easy it was to find a good angle to film or take photos. Next up is Copenhagen Hus. It has everything you would expect a Nordic shop to have. Simple designs, natural colors, high-quality materials, and craftsmanship. I particularly like this 3D printed flower pot. The reason for it is because it is beautiful and very useful at keeping many flowers straight. Sometimes when you have a lot of flowers, they need to stand up, so you might add wire or some other material to help them do that. But in this case, you do not need an extra material because you can add them between these beautiful folds. It is easy to keep them up. Other than that, it has this organic coral-like shape, which makes it an aesthetic piece of design even when no flowers are in it. Finally, I stopped at Caliena, which is a coffee shop, a flower shop, and a bookstore all in one. Normally, when shops are too many things, they could become flops because people don't know how to describe them to other people. But not in this case, because this shop is filled to the brim with plants, and that is very easy to remember. The air immediately felt different as I walked in. Honestly, if you have a coffee shop and are good with plants, don't invest in decor, just add plants. As many as you can. People love a respite from the city among plants and flowers. I also really like their choice in furniture, which is not ordinary. Particularly this table and bench are made from an array of little wooden planks glued together. The smaller tables seem to be supported by these ceramic bowls. It is a very interesting combination. I would have liked to do more today, but my shoes were killing me, so I hopped into a tram and I made my way home. I'm leaving you with the view of the city from the tram, and if you want to see a day of vintage stores in Vienna, check out this video.